What if the richest man in Babylon lived today? In the middle of digital chaos, disguised inflation, endless bills, and the addiction to fast consumption, would he still be rich? Or would he be drowning in credit card debt, trying to go viral on TikTok just to pay rent? If you also feel like money slips away easier every day, even earning more than before, go ahead and leave your like and subscribe. Because here we translate George S. Clason's ancient wisdom into real actions for you to build true financial freedom. Even in the fast-paced world of 22.5. George S. Clason wasn't an internet guru or an eccentric billionaire. He was an early 20th century American businessman who understood one thing: the world changes, but the way people deal with money doesn't. In 1926, he wrote a series of financial parables using an unusual setting: ancient Babylon, one of the richest and most advanced civilizations in history. And why did he do that? Because he wanted to prove that the principles of wealth are timeless. If they worked thousands of years ago, they still work today, as long as you have the courage to apply them. The book that gathered these parables became known as The Richest Man in Babylon. And the main character was Arcad, a simple scribe who became the most prosperous man in the city. Without inheritance, shortcuts, or tricks. Just discipline, patience, and practical intelligence. Clason didn't talk about miracle formulas. He talked about universal principles: save before you spend, control your desires, make money work for you, seek wisdom before investing, protect your assets, invest in yourself, work with purpose. It's simple, but no one teaches it. And maybe that's why so many people today live lost, trying to reinvent the wheel, while the answer was already written on clay tablets. But what if Arcad lived in 2025? In a digital, fast, inflationary world, would he still be rich? Or just another trying to survive? Arcad lived in a walled city, with dirt streets, writing on clay tablets, and transactions made with sacks of gold. We live in a world where money is invisible, digital, and moves from account to account with a click. The appearance changed, but the essence remains exactly the same. In Babylon, men got lost trying to get rich fast. They made bets, got into debt, spent before earning. Today we only changed the names. Now it's called credit card, impulse buy, and installments up to 12 times interest-free. The problem was never the lack of opportunities. It was, and still is, how we handle the money we already have. In Clason's time, desires were basic: food, shelter, clothes. Today, desires are emotional, built by marketing, status, instant pleasure, validation. Buying became anesthesia. Spending became an escape valve. And the bill? That arrives on time. While Arcad saved 1 out of every 10 coins he earned, most people today can't even remember where their paycheck went. Oh, life is more expensive. Yes, but for many, the problem isn't how much they earn. It's how much they let slip away every day, without noticing. We live in an age of excess. Excess supply. Excess distraction. Excess desire. And in this sea of stimuli, the old principles seem slow, outdated, too hard for today. But are they really? Or have we accelerated so much that we forgot real wealth was never about speed, but about direction? Let's test it. What if Arcad himself lived in 2025? What would he do with his money? Where would he invest? How would he survive in a world of instant payments, installments, and promises of quick riches? Imagine Arcad waking up in 2025. No gold, no temple, no scribes. Just him, a smartphone in hand, a minimum wage in his account, and a world that pushes you to spend before you even receive. The question is, could he get rich? The answer is yes. And the reason is simple. Arcad didn't depend on the era he lived in. He mastered principles. And the right principles work in any time. First, he would keep his most sacred rule: Save 1/10 of everything he earns, before any expense. If he earned $2,500, he'd set aside $250 immediately. No "let's see if it's left over," no emotional negotiation. But where would he put this money? In a place that offers security and growth, maybe a government bond, an index fund, or an automatic reserve that yields more than savings and protects from impulse spending. He would also have a smartphone, but only if it helped him produce more value, not go into debt for status. If an $80 phone does the same as an $800 phone, Arcad would choose the smarter one, not the flashier. Because he knew ostentation is an expensive way to prove things nobody really cares about. And how would he learn? Arcad wouldn't waste hours on shallow videos, reels, or get-rich-quick promises. He'd seek real mentors, useful and applicable knowledge. As he said in the book, "Gold flees the man who invests in businesses he does not understand." In other words, before investing in anything, he'd invest in understanding. And what about work? Arcad knew that value comes before reward. He'd look for ways to deliver more than expected, solve real problems, become so useful that income would be a consequence. And no, he wouldn't fall for fads. He wouldn't chase hype. He knew all easy money comes at a high price and that true wealth builds quietly, with constancy and patience. He wouldn't seek shortcuts. He would build paths. And you? Because if Arcad could get rich in 2025, maybe you can too. As long as you're willing to apply the same principles, even if everyone around you is doing the opposite. George S. Clason taught that wealth is built step by step, with discipline and intelligence. Today, in 2025, these steps are the same. Only the tools change. Let's translate his 7 principles into our fast and digital world. First, save before spending, even if it's little. In Babylon, Arcad saved at least 10% of what he earned. Today, that may seem hard, but the secret is to start small and automate. Use apps to set aside a fixed percentage as soon as you receive the money. If 10% seems impossible, start with 1%. The important thing is to create the habit of not letting money slip away. Second, control your digital impulses. Before, it was the desire for food or clothing. Now it's the desire for the latest phone, that impulse buy on a website, or subscription you don't even use anymore. Tools like online purchase blockers, priority lists, and monthly budgets help keep consumerism in check. Third, make money. Work for you. Arcad invested his gold to generate more gold. Today, the equivalent is fixed income investments, index funds, stocks, or even digital businesses. But be careful. Start with what you understand. Don't fall for financial fads promising quick money. Patience and consistency are your best allies. Fourth, protect your assets. In Babylon, there were thieves and scams. Today, the danger is digital fraud, miracle promises, and fake offers. Always research before investing. Keep your information safe, and be suspicious of anyone promising easy profit. Protection is the foundation for lasting wealth. Fifth, seek guidance from those who practice what they preach. George S. Clason wrote, his teachings based on experience and observation. Today, follow reliable mentors, people who have proven results, not influencers selling magic formulas. Learn from those with a consistent track record. Sixth, invest in your knowledge. The world changes fast, but constant learning keeps you ahead. Reading good books, taking courses, following economic and behavioral news is the most important investment. Yourself. Seventh, work with purpose. It's not enough to work hard. You must work focused on delivering real value. Whether entrepreneur, employee, freelancer, or content creator, money comes proportional to the value you generate. And that hasn't changed since Babylon. Each of these principles is a brick in building your personal Babylon. And the best part, they work even amidst the chaos of social media, inflation, bills, and aggressive marketing. The harsh truth is that most people aren't broke because they earn little. They're broke because they ignore the basics. While you look for magic formulas, shortcuts, and lightning investments, true wealth slips through your fingers. George S. Clason said almost a century ago, "Wealth begins with controlling what you have, not chasing what you want." But what do we see today? A legion of lost people spending before earning, consuming without planning, and betting on the next financial miracle. You're not alone. The easy money industry is huge, selling dreams while you lose the chance to build something solid. Babylon was rich because its citizens followed simple and lasting rules. Today, society is trapped in the illusion of now, the immediate, the viral. And the worst part? You feel there's no time, life is rushed, and saving money is impossible. But what if the problem isn't time? What if the problem is the lack of clarity about what really matters? Modern ignorance isn't about not knowing how to invest. It's about not applying the basics with discipline, focus, and purpose. Meanwhile, money comes and goes, and financial freedom remains just a distant dream. We're in the final stretch of this journey, and the question remains, Arkad, the richest man in Babylon, would he be rich if he lived in 2025? The answer is simple and direct. Yes, he would. Because wealth doesn't depend on the time you live in, but on how you think. George S. Clason didn't write a book about a distant past. He wrote a manual for all times for those willing to listen, learn, and apply. His wisdom is timeless because it deals with the essential: money control, discipline, mastery, and the constant pursuit of knowledge. But this transformation doesn't happen alone. It requires you to make a decision today. To decide to stop chasing illusory shortcuts and start building solid wealth, step by step, day after day. And that's exactly why I want to make you a special invitation. In the comments, write which of Arkad's 7 principles you most need to start applying today. I want to know which one will be your first step toward financial freedom. And if you feel you need a clear path, with a practical plan and close guidance, I have something for you. Present your mentorship, course, or plan here, briefly explaining how it connects Clason's wisdom to your reality, with real tools, support, and strategies to transform your money and your life. Here on the channel, the commitment is to deliver content that really works. No fluff, no false promises. If you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe now so you don't miss anything. Remember, the richest man in Babylon may be closer than you think. The difference is in the decision you make today. So, what will you choose? Stay stuck or start building your own Babylon?